Welcome to my channel. This is Hawaii Knife and Gear. I wanted to bring you a quick video today about a knife that I never thought I would own. This is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2-ish. Now, I picked this knife up yesterday for 40 bucks. And I'll be the first person to tell you I am not really a fan of Spyderco knives. I've never really cared for their design. They just don't do anything for me. But when I saw this one yesterday, I was at a gun show and I picked it up, started playing with it, and I kind of like the way it opens and closes. I do like the operation of it. I wanted to try out their compression lock and see what it's all about. And for 40 bucks, I couldn't pass it up. Now, I'll tell you right now, I know this is a Chinese clone of a real Paramilitary 2 Spyderco. Why am I not upset about that? Well, I don't get upset about clones like that because somebody put a lot of work into this to make it look and operate almost identically to a Spyderco knife. I dare even say it might have been made in the same factory on the same equipment. Now, as far as the blade steel that's used on it, is it real CPM S30V? I don't know, but I will find out. I have access to an XL PMI analyzer gun, so I'm gonna try and test the blade right on the edge here where it's not coated and see what kind of steel this knife actually is. And if I'm able to get a good read on it and get a composition on the steel, I will make an update to this and tell you what this thing actually tests as. But I will tell you, for 40 bucks, the construction of this knife is pretty solid. G10 scales, metal liner, and their compression lock. It's on washers inside rather than bearings, so it's not a bad operation. It opens and closes pretty easily. I added a couple of drops of oil into the washers to make it open really smooth. Other than that, I haven't done anything else to it. It was adjusted pretty well right out of the box. The box is pretty accurate as far as being a representation of a real Spyderco box. Unless you really had them both side by side, you'd be hard pressed to tell which one was real and which one wasn't. Now, again, I don't own a real one, so I couldn't tell you exactly what all the differences are, except from watching a few other videos on YouTube about it. But I will tell you that this thing is worth 40 bucks, and if you don't have any hang-ups against buying a Chinese clone, sure, this would be a great knife. It's definitely worth $40. My personal thoughts on the whole Chinese clone thing is that, maybe if Spyderco is having some of their knives made in factories over there, this is possibly just the third shift guys coming in and making the lesser cost batch of knives on third shift time. And maybe the guys are drunk. I don't know. They could be taking steel off the back scrap pile and making these. I don't know. But for 40 bucks, they did a pretty decent job. And since I'm not really a Spyderco person anyway, being an authentic $180 Spyderco knife is just not really all that important to me personally. So, you can comment if you will and hate me all you want, but for 40 bucks, it's not a terrible knife, and it possibly has, opened my eyes to a knife that I would have overlooked before. While I'm not personally a huge fan of their style aspects with this huge hole design, and they try and make them really lightweight, I personally like a little bit of heft in a knife, but this one's actually got decent weight to it. It's not super light. The blade stock is a little bit thinner than I would personally go for in a regular working knife, but again, I just wanted to buy it and check it out and see what I thought about it, and I'm not unhappy with it at all. I'm gonna carry it for a little while and see what I think, see how it holds up, and kind of give it the full test and carry it for a while. But first impressions of it, for what it is, if you can get past the fact that it's not a real authentic Spyderco, it's definitely not a bad knife, I'll tell you that. So again, if you're watching this video, I appreciate it. I know I'm just starting out here in my YouTube world, but if you've clicked on this video and you made it all the way through, leave me a comment, leave me a like or something, and tell me what you think. If you want to hate on me for buying Chinese clones, do it. I'd love to hear it. You know, everybody has their opinions. You're certainly entitled to yours, just like everybody is. So I'm a big boy, I can handle it. Tell me what you think. But for a $40 knife, this one's not too bad. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you at the next video.